This is a full breakdown of the proposed Washington Township Board of Education budget for fiscal year 2026 to 2027. We'll cover where every dollar goes, what it means for your property taxes, and when you can have your say. Before we go further, here's something important. This video was supposed to show you the total Washington Township school budget and how much more you'll pay in taxes. But the documents available only include meeting agendas from July and August, not the actual budget itself. Those agendas don't contain a single dollar figure. So instead, we're going to walk you through what these documents do show, and exactly where to find the real numbers yourself. In a typical New Jersey school district, staff salaries and benefits eat up the biggest share of the budget, usually somewhere between 65 and 75%. These agendas back that up indirectly, with dozens of personnel actions listed across both meetings, including appointments, retirements, resignations, and transfers. There's also a new interim assistant principal and a separate interim principal role at another building. We don't have dollar amounts attached to any of this, but the sheer volume signals real budget activity and staffing. Two bid items on the August agenda point to real spending decisions. One is a 10-month lease for school buses. The other is called lease purchase financing, which is basically a way to pay for equipment or facility upgrades in installments instead of all at once, similar to a loan. Neither bid lists a dollar amount in the agenda, but both commit the district to payments over multiple years, which is worth watching. Special education comes up repeatedly in these agendas, particularly around extended school year programs, sometimes called ESY. This is summer instruction required for certain students whose individualized education plans mandate it to prevent them from losing skills. Out-of-district tuition placements also appear on both agendas. These are costs the district doesn't fully control, since they're driven by individual students' legal requirements, not budget choices. One line on the August agenda simply reads meal prices, which suggests the district may be adjusting what families pay for school lunches. No specific numbers are listed in the agenda itself. For families who rely on the cafeteria, this is worth tracking directly through the district's food service financial reports, which are reviewed separately at board meetings. Normally, this is where we tell you exactly how much more the average homeowner will pay this year. We can't do that honestly because the tax levy and home assessment figures simply aren't in these agendas. What we can tell you is that New Jersey requires every school district to publish something called a user-friendly budget, a simplified summary built specifically so residents can see this exact number. Check the district website or board docs portal to find it. Here's something residents should know. In New Jersey, school budgets for the coming year are usually developed and voted on in the winter and spring, with public hearings around March and adoption by April. Since these agendas are dated July and August, the actual 2026 to 2027 budget was almost certainly already approved months earlier. What we're looking at here is implementation, things like staffing appointments and bid awards, not the original budget vote. One concrete action did happen on July 28th. The board passed a resolution for requisition for taxes. In plain terms, that's the formal step where the district tells the municipality exactly how much tax revenue to collect on its behalf. It confirms a budget is actively being managed and funded, even though the agenda itself doesn't spell out the dollar amount involved. The next scheduled meeting is the work session on August 18th. It includes votes on the two bid items we mentioned earlier, the lease purchase financing and the school bus lease, plus a decision on meal prices. This meeting is not labeled as a budget hearing, but it does include real financial commitments the board will vote on, and it's open to public comment. If you want the real numbers behind this year's budget, the best place to look is the district's board docs archive for meetings between February and April of 2026, since that's when the actual public hearing and adoption vote likely took place. You can also directly request the adopted budget and the user-friendly budget summary from the board secretary's office. Both are public records, and both contain the tax levy and spending breakdown this report couldn't provide. You have real chances to weigh in, starting with the work session on August 18th, which includes two separate public comment periods, one in the middle of the meeting and one before adjournment. Committee discussions, particularly the business committee, are where budget-related decisions often take shape before reaching a full vote. You can also submit written comments through the superintendent's office or board secretary at any time, and those get logged into the official meeting record. That's the full budget breakdown. The complete written deep dive is available free at New Jersey Washington Town GTL, substack.com. Subscribe so you never miss an update. And if you find this useful, a small donation at ko-fi.com/govthrilene helps keep this reporting free and independent.